Good afternoon. Hope everybody's day is going good. Out and about, get ready for work. Just boy, man. So decided to do a quick video because I like to keep things real time, you know. So like most of my videos, I'll have a thought and they'll be raw, you know. It'll be raw thoughts, and you know, you could like literally watch my mind like tinker as I'm going through what it is I'm trying to say. So, you know, today I woke up and, you know, I woke up, showered, just chilled, was getting ready to leave out the door, and all of a sudden a wave of just worry, anxiety, just a wave of it hit me. Like, wasn't just like, you know, your typical, like, you know, worried about money, worried about this, worried about that. Like, everything hit me at once. It hasn't done that for a bit, where just everything just compounds, and it's like I couldn't walk straight. Like I'm out driving. No, I'm out. I had to return a vehicle and stuff, and like I'm standing there and I'm like in a fog. Like nothing seems clear. Nothing. I couldn't get my mind like just to think straight. It was just A, C, F, H, Z, Y, Q. It wasn't, I couldn't have like a straight up thought, a cohesive thought. Like it's like, okay, this, but that, this, that, this and that, and just all over the place. Man. And in the far reaches of my soul, in the far reaches of my mind, here comes that dreaded question of self-worth. You're not good enough. You're not doing enough. Who are you? You're nobody. And man, I just had to let some tears drop, man. I just had to let some tears drop because the pressure, like, I don't know if anybody else has ever felt that. Like, it's like your head starts to pound and your heart is like in a vice grip. And it's like you feel like you're about to have a panic attack. So all I could do was like, you know, to relieve the pressure. The only thing I could think to do to relieve the pressure was to cry, you know, and to do some deep breaths and to think. I know it sounds super Dr. Phil or whatever, you know, think positive, you know, be reassuring, but that's all I could do in the moment. And mind you, the moment was probably 15 or 20 minutes before I'm doing this video. So I'm still kind of like, just like, I'm okay. Just breathe, just one step at a time. You know, when you say it all the time. I say it all the time in videos. I say it all the time to people. But it still happens to me, people. I still have my demons. I still have my troubles, you know, my thoughts, my curiosity, you know, when it comes to this life and when it comes to my own self-worth and what it is that I'm supposed to do. You know, it still gets me at times. It still makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm not helping enough. I'm not moving enough. I'm not making moves, or I'm not thinking straight, or I'm not being the best me. And you know, it gets to a point where it just all just compounds and just hits me. sometimes. And mind you, I still, it just, I could only imagine if I didn't have people in my corner. But sometimes I still feel alone, Just can't help it. Sometimes I still feel like I'm by myself, because I believe that, you got to figure out this rat race, for you. Nobody can't run it for you. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can't figure it out for you. You have to figure it out. And even with my faith, sometimes I just feel like God just ain't with me, man. And I can only imagine if I didn't have my parents or my brother, or, just a few people that I need, that I consider close. It gets that way sometimes. And some people don't know how to pull themselves out of it. Some people don't know how to pull themselves back from the darkness. Some people don't know how to calm themselves down, because, that mental strain manifests physically. Like I told you, like my heart, like whenever it happens, my heart feels like it's in a vice grip. My head starts to pound. I can't think straight. I can't. And it's just my mind won't stop. Like, yeah, there are times where like my mind is racing, but then there are those times where it's like, yo, this is it. This like, I feel like my body's gonna shut down. And I've only ever had one panic attack my entire life. I've only had one, and like, those are like beginning signs of it, man. And it's like, sometimes it feels like I'm not gonna be able to pull myself back, but I do. It's tough. It's tough to reassure yourself. It is. Because in the middle of that haze, in the middle of all of that confusion and just noise, it's just noise. That's your mind just won't stop. It's just noise. In the middle of all that, you gotta sit there and you gotta be zen, so to speak. You gotta find your happy place. You gotta be at peace. You gotta just, I'm still here. I figured it. I'm good. I'm still here. It'll be all right. You gotta reassure yourself. You gotta talk to God. You gotta talk to who you believe in. You gotta talk to him and just pray that he's listening, and that somehow, some way, one of the angels touch you, man, and you get a wave of euphoria. Just calm down. And this is coming from somebody, like I said, I still got my parents, and I still got people that care about grandma and everybody, and my brother and stuff, and can only imagine if I didn't have them, and I'd have to try to pull myself back from the brink. It gets tough. And sometimes it's not necessarily that anything happened, man. Like, there's usually like a catalyst, you're seeing something hitting you. Sometimes you just roll over, and then it starts with one thought, or maybe I guess there is a catalyst still. I would say maybe sometimes it's not a third party. Sometimes it is just, it's sparked by a thought, by one thought, and just like that, you find yourself falling down that rabbit hole. But I always like to use the analogy of, crawling out of that pit, because you do, if you do fall, you're gonna fall at times. Sometimes it's just, you step in, you fall, a couple feet, you're good. And sometimes sometimes you fall really, really deep into that pit, man. And you got to climb out, because ain't nobody going to pull you out. And even if there are people there to try to pull you out, it's, what if they're not there next time? So you got to be able to do it yourself. Regardless of how stable you are and how in tune with yourself and how much you know that you got things under control and stuff, don't feel like you're weak, you're damaged, what's wrong with me, why am I feeling like this? Don't ever feel like that. Don't ever feel like that. So people may not understand, people may not get it, but you find that one or two person that do get it, then cool. If you don't, you got to be strong for you, because there will be times where you may not be alone, but because you do feel alone, you got to pull yourself up. Regardless if you do have people in your corner, you still got to pull yourself up. So, anybody else that's, going through things and, trying to figure out life, I pray that you figure it out. I pray I figure it out.